Well, let me ask you then, Vikram Sampath, when Mr. Jairam Ramesh, a senior leader of the Congress party, reviewed your book and said something interesting in his comments, said, sympathetic but not apologetic, this is a work of considerable scholarship, something difficult to achieve in India as far as writing about public personalities is concerned. My endorsement of Sampath's fine book is as a student of Indian political history and not someone still in active politics who believes that Savarkar is profoundly divisive figure and the very opposite of what Mahatma Gandhi lived for and ultimately killed for as well. Now, I want to ask you, this is candid coming from a congressman, but others in his party would be less honest. So, do you think Mr. Jairam Ramesh is actually more honest than the others, or do you think he's still making the proviso that his political career does not get impacted by the kind of review he writes for your book at an academic level?
Mr. Jairam Ramesh is not just a politician, I think he's also a scholar of several books. So I think it's very gracious of him to review it with, of course, conditions of terms and conditions apply, asterisk that was put on the comment. But then I think even sane and sensible people within the Congress, even Dr. Manmohan Singh recently, if you'd remember, he said in a press conference that he in fact said Savarkar ji and said we differ with him on his philosophy of Hindutva, but then we don't consider slandering him as something that needs to be done. Several leaders, Navika, in the past who belong to the Congress, people like Vasant Sathe and others, especially those who came from Maharashtra, they do know the reverence that the man has among people there even now. I think it's largely the juvenile, the not so informed section of the opposition and particularly the Congress, which goes on with this narrative, which, as I pointed out earlier, is a more recent construct. Post 2000, when this whole thing began with Mr. Mani Shankar Iyer getting the plaque removed from cellular jail, which commemorated Savarkar. But then a lot of sane and sensible elements within the Congress do acknowledge, as I mentioned, even Indira Gandhi having that reverence for this leader and the role that he had to play in the freedom struggle, in the revolutionary movement. They may differ with him ideologically, particularly on matters of Hindutva, on which Gandhi and he were complete polar opposites and their ideologies never met. But so be it. There are contesting viewpoints. There are multiple ideas of India. There's no single idea, the hallowed idea that we are all supposed to live for and bemoan its decline all the time. So let 1,000 flowers bloom. Let there be multiple opinions, and that's what a thriving democracy is supposed to be, which thrives on dissent and debate and differences of opinion in a healthy and an intellectual fashion. So I actually thank Mr. Ramesh that he had the grace to go through the book. He suggested several, gave many constructive feedback about the book too, and was kind enough to be brave to write that review as well for me.